All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome to the lunch break here today at Fish, North Georgia. It is Monday, December 22nd, heading into Christmas time. Getting there, it's almost here. Appreciate you guys joining me. Or again, if you're going to listen to this at a later date, hey, we appreciate you as well. Hope all of you guys are not working too hard. That's the big thing. I don't want you guys to be working too hard during this week, as we want to say. I guess that's the best way to say it. Trying to get my TikTok guys on here as some of you guys jump aboard. But anyway, hope everybody's doing really good. It is we're going to have a warming trend, as we like to say. And so let's see, I think I about got it here. Almost there we go. All right, now we're there. Anyway, got a warming trend coming on. 73 degrees, 74 degrees for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Who'd have thunk it, right? Who'd have thunk it? Definitely not me. What's up, Jeff Brazil? How you doing, buddy? Hope everybody's doing good out there. Trying to get into I just got in. Man, I had to deal with AT&T this morning. That's a whole story in and of itself. I'm so sick of cell phones and the bills and the associated pain in the ass that comes with it. What's up, Michael? Afternoon to you and Merry Christmas as well. Tracy Coker, what's up? Hope all you guys are going to have a great week. I know a lot of you guys have been already spending time with family and friends doing the thing because as our families grow, it seems now we're having to start earlier and earlier, right? I know some people that were doing Christmas with their extended families like the first week of December. There you go, Farmer. How you doing, buddy? It is time to go fishing. Merry Christmas and happy birthday to John Alder today. He's only 75, but no, he's not that old. He's my age. But happy birthday to you, man. Sometimes I feel for you guys that have birthdays right around Christmas. You kind of get screwed a little bit, right? Now, I've got a cousin, her birthday is actually on Christmas Day every year. My oldest, she was born in December 12th. And so, even though we do have her a party and everything, she kind of gets screwed a little bit too. Sometimes I know a lot of people will do the birthdays in June or July so that they have their own little kind of time out there, with family and all that to celebrate them apart from the Christmas season. But yeah, you guys really, happy birthday to you. Currently working on the new house, trying to get some flooring installed and getting some painting done. No family time just yet. Well, I've been helping my daughter with her remodel, and I can tell you there's a couple of things that I still find true. I'm getting better at sheetrock. I'm getting a lot better at sheetrock. Painting to me is still a pain in the ass. All right, it is a pain. I can do all kinds of things. I did some plumbing under a sink, water line to the new fridge. I got to go fix some hardwood floors, you know, ceiling fans, light fixtures, you name it. No big deal. Painting should have been easy. God, I can't stand it. Deacon's birthday was the 19th. That's Farmer's boy, and ended up getting the flu the same day. That's a hell of a present. Justin, what's up? Merry Christmas to you, buddy. And listen, like I said, Merry Christmas to all you guys. But does it not seem kind of strange because of the temperature? Right? Nobody wants a warm. Well, some of you guys, some of you older guys might want a warm Christmas. I want a white Christmas. Michael Hefner, sheetrock simple. They make mud in 5-gallon buckets, just sand away. What's up, traveling fisherman over there on TikTok? Yeah, they do. But to do it right, I mean, anybody can slap some mud on. This time I took my time. I sanded, applied more, sanded, applied more. I did it right. But then you got dust everywhere, and then you got to go clean it up. But anyway, I've been doing that as well. So don't work too hard on that. Now, couple of things. I want to thank Sunline. A lot of you guys will be finding this out. Sunline has come on board in 2026 as a sponsor of the Livewell, the Tuesday and Thursday night show. And so definitely want to thank them for coming aboard. It is really cool having name brands start realizing what we guys are doing here and searching us out. Steve Pinkston's pimping nuts outside the Bass Pro Shop. Stickman86, what's up, buddy, with you? Definitely off having a 75-degree Christmas. Bring on the snow. Now, listen, for sure. Can you explain what happened with the split, Edward Folker? Give me 1 second, and I will do that. If you just give me 1 second. It's the third warmest Christmas on record. Um, okay, Traveling Fisherman says Sunline is his favorite line. Mine too. Mine too. Nathan Owens. Let me do this real quick for Edward on TikTok. We've talked about it, so I'll give you the 80,000 foot looking down view. It came to a point where um, the store was not, basically everybody that knows where the store was. It wasn't in a great location for foot traffic anyway. So the store's never really been like a huge money maker. It was really more of a place for the podcast and a place for guys to come hang out and talk, right? And we did that quite well there. But it just came to time for Josh, who was my partner. And again, there's no ill will whatsoever. There's no hard feelings at all. For him to go do his thing with his filming, and he is a professional cinematographer, so it worked out just kind of perfect. And I wanted to do the socials and everything, so that's kind of the gist. It was just the time. The time was right, right? Would have loved to have kept the store, but there's some circumstances, that I couldn't. Who knows? One day we might do it again. But that's just kind of it. It was there was no drama, fights, or anything like that. It was just where we wanted our paths to go, right? And so it was just perfect timing. So I wish I had a great story for you that, we had a knockdown drag out fight, and cops were called and all that, but it was nothing like that. It was nothing like that. Um, it was just time. And so that's where we're at. And so we're going to be working our way back to hopefully getting a studio. My long term goals are that, but that's where we're at. Uh, oh, that makes sense. I always like listening to you. Well, thank you very much. Now, one of the things that I'm not doing currently that I will be doing in the new year is putting it back on Spotify and iTunes and all that. We've had to take a break from that because when you have a business split, of course, some guy signed up for this account and this was in my name and that was his, and we have to break all that, right? And get everything back in order. And that's what we're doing. What's up, Doug Rice? Now, let's see here. Coleman, I've lost my freedom. You didn't have freedom before this started, but congratulations on your wedding there, buddy. What's up, Peg Leg on TikTok? Now, Jeremiah smoked a bunch of redfish, trout, and black drum last weekend, and then went right over and banked fish or some Lanier spots. Warm weather making for good winter fishing. It's definitely, the fishing ought to be good, but I think the fish don't know where they're at. 'Cause somebody posted a video the other day of fishing ditches. I think it was LJ. There are some fish that they think is full blown winter mode. Uh, DePayne Train. Who were the other partners? Josh McCaig was my other partner. It was just me and him. So that was it. That was it. But that's where we're at, and we're going to power through. Now, since you guys are all here, I will go ahead and tell you that there's going to be some changes in 2026, and it's going to be more of a rebranding kind of thing. You will start seeing a lot of our socials, a lot of our stuff being renamed, and we are going to be putting pretty much everything under the Livewell banner. And so even the Facebook pages where you see the Fish North Georgia group, it will become the Livewell Fishing Group. The Fish North Georgia page will be the Livewell page. And it's just to allow us to get that name out there. Can we listen to this on Spotify anymore? Give me a couple weeks, cut by Corey, and everything's going to be back on Spotify. We actually signed the final papers this week, and then I will be able to open that up and do all that. That's just part of the thing. But everything is going to be rebranded to the Livewell to do a couple of things. Number one, it gives us a brand that is more national so that we can grow it. But guys, don't worry about that. We are never, ever, ever going to not talk about North Georgia, right? That will always be the same. But it will allow us to do things outside of our general area. That's going to be good, and to expand our brand and to expand this podcast. I am in talks. I've talked to Waypoint about putting the podcast. We've talked about this for a while about putting the Livewell on Waypoint TV and under their podcast platform. And so that's in the talks. A lot of good things are coming. Appreciate you loving the show. Learn so much about herring fishing from Kaz and Emil. Yeah, well, listen, we will always have those guys on. That's not going to change. That's not going to change. But it's just one of those things where, okay, if I'm going to do this full time, it's time to grow this puppy, right? And so, got a whole new company. Actually, Pruitt Outdoor Medias is the parent company. That is the name of the new company, but you guys will never hear that because you're always going to hear Livewell or Fish North Georgia. So just something coming down the line. I just want to go ahead and start putting it out there because anytime you change something, boy, people really get kind of in a tizzy, right? Because you're changing stuff. Need some Livewell merch now. Working on that, and working on some new Fish North Georgia merch too. You'll always be able to buy the Fish North Georgia hats and all that. That's another thing, kind of waiting for this finalization to take all that over as well. Have a meal take you out and film some juice. 100%. And so, yeah, Ken's over there saying, hey, like, subscribe, and share the new Live Well. You guys can tell your friends about that. So we don't want to shock it. Actually, if you go on TikTok right now, you will notice that it says Fish North Georgia emblem, but it says the Live Well Fishing Podcast. And the only reason I put fishing podcast on it is because somebody had already taken the name Live Well, and it wouldn't let me do it. And we'll have to make those adjustments. Also, too, I want to tell you guys, too, real quick before I forget it, because I got it pulled up here. Bass Pro Shop's got a pretty big sale going on if you're into Garmin. If you're a Garmin guy, they got a lot of their Garmin products on sale pretty good. I'm looking right now. I'm looking at the Garmin Echo Map, the 93SV transducer with Live Scope Plus LVS 34 bundle. That was $2,700. It's valued at, they say, $3,100. They got it for $21 and some change right now. That was something I saw on Facebook. I'm waiting for some good sales, Christmas sales or after sales. But anyway, that's what we're doing, guys. And we want to listen. We will always be loyal to you guys in the Herring Lakes. There's no doubt about it. Because again, that's where we're at, right? And I haven't got it mastered, so I still need to keep learning the same. Now, but just understand that that's coming. And as you talk to people, like again, some people might gripe a little bit. It is what it is, and I respect that. I understand that, but we want the guy in Oregon to be able to see the name Livewell and not be off put that it says North Georgia. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to corner ourselves. So it's time to branch out and also to start getting you guys some more, how do we want to say, guests, experts from outside the state of Georgia. But yes, I am going to be redoing the Fish North Georgia hats. That is coming. And I'm sorry I didn't have them in time for Christmas. I have a guy working on a new Livewell font so that we can also do that. And what I will be doing is the Fish North Georgia website that has kind of been down the last few weeks. You guys are getting ready to start seeing it come back up, and it will have the merch there. And also, too, working on something for that website, too, to cover just about any lake possible to have you guys up-to-date information. So that's not just a site to go, hey, buy a hat. It's stuff to give you guys valuable information so you guys can catch fish. There you go, the Cut by Corey. I see that question now for the online store. And there will be some stuff. I'll be getting my jigs back going and things like that. I'll probably have some groove tackle and some other stuff on there. But there also, we will, let's see, let me write. I'm looking at my notes. There will be a new Facebook page too for tournaments, the Livewell tournament page. That's not for just the Lake Lanier area. I want guys, if they've got a tournament on any body of water in the United States, we know for a while it's going to be the Southeast. It'll be Georgia heavy in the Southeast. But I want tournaments and results and stuff put there for everybody to see. But yes, we're doing good. Appreciate you loving the show. And I'm glad your dad likes it too. I find it interesting that I met a couple, and this was at the Toys for Tots tournament, where the wife and the daughters were there with the sons and the husband and all that. And the husband was like, even the wife watches it every time we're on. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I could think of a lot of better things to do than watch old me, but hey, I appreciate it. We're just making a family thing. So anyway, guys, just understand that's coming. All right, it is coming. Now, Coleman said that's a good deal for the 34. The system alone is like $1,700 before tax. Yeah, and it's right there. It's the I don't know what it. There was a thing. I haven't got it pulled back up on Facebook. But anyway, Bass Pro Shop's running this special sale. If you're in the Humminbird, a Helix 10, GPS Gen 4, that's normally $2,099. They're clearancing them for $1,000. So that's $1,100 off on the Humminbird. If you just want a Gen 4 Helix 10 for your boat, I'm looking at a couple more real quick, and then we'll get back to talking. $400 on if you're into ice fishing, you can say $400 on the Garmin LiveScope Plus ice fishing kit. You know, but it seems like it's very, very Garmin heavy. But if you are a Lowrance guy, you can get a Elite FS12 with total scan transducer. That's normally $1,500. You can get it for $1,200 and something. So anyway, there should be a lot of good sales, especially afterwards. Farmer's new nickname is Juice Dropper. Jonathan shared a lot in 2025. Jonathan always shares a lot. That's one of the things. What's really cool is having great guests, right? And guys that you basically know their name. You know their name and you know their face that are willing to help us do this. Changing to the Livewell podcast makes sense to me. Kind of gets everyone out there. Well, there's just a lot going on, right? Coleman says my wife watches it. Farmer says been with you since the start. Going to be a loyal follower to the end. Some of the best fishing juice dropped on this channel. It's only because of guys like you, Farmer. And but anyway, you know that's where we're going. And so you know, hey, if you want to, guys, you can throw out your New Year's resolutions a little bit. It's never too soon to start talking about this. This is not a resolution. We're just going to do it, right? A resolution, if we're being honest, is something we say we're going to do, and we know by the third week in January we're going to fail, which is kind of a shame. Going into it thinking, yeah, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to work out, I'm going to go to the gym. Ain't that what everybody does? Everybody wants to go to the gym in January. All right, I do want to lose some weight. I ain't promising nobody. I ain't resolving to go to a gym because odds are it won't happen. But this is what we're going to do with this station, and we're going to take all you guys on. Juice Dropper sounds like his stage name, like he's about to drop a mixtape. Guys, could you see Jonathan Farmer? And he knows I love him with all my heart. Could you see Jonathan Farmer as a rapper? I mean, the beats are going to have to be slow. Jonathan is not a fast talking individual. If you're wanting Eminem or who's a Busta Rhymes, if you want any of that, you're not going to get it with Farmer. Farmer's going to have that slow country beat rap going on. Probably a little bluegrass kind of in the background. Now Edward Folker says they just found a leak in my pond, and it's 20 foot deep. A leak in your pond? How big's your pond? Jeremiah says New Year's resolution: 10-pound bass. Juicy J is what we're gonna. Yeah, that would be it. Farmer, that would be a slow rap. Like Farmer, like I don't think I've ever seen you talk fast. I think it might be funny to hear. One of these next time I get Farmer on, we'll make him do a rap song. But I imagine his rap's gonna have something to do with, you know, Fannin County dirt roads, bass fishing, a bass boat, probably a truck, maybe even have some moonshine thrown in there. Hey Danny, need your shipping info. All right, well, you got Danny. Tell me if you got something to write with. Edward Folker said it's in the dam. I think originally they dammed up a creek and it's leaking under the dam. That is not good. You need to get that fixed. What does it cost to fix a dam these days, Edward? Yeah. Okay, you're good. So listen. 5583 Cowart, Cowart Road. So 5583 Cowart Road, Dawsonville, Georgia, 30534. And you guys can send all donations and everything, you know, anything you want to that address. Just don't be showing up in the middle of the night. My wife packs. All right. My wife packs. And listen, she's on edge. She's at that age. So you guys better be ready. Dead Rabbit, what's up? The Helix 15 was 1,500 or 1,800, something like that. Hey, that sounds like a good deal. 15 inches of screen, I could use it. And Jeremy Conkright, Twister, what do you say, fellas? The zip again, Danny, is 30534. 30534. Ken says, Farmer and I are fishing 4 times this year. New juice coming, but not flipping laydowns in the river with dice baits. Um, I still have how many of you guys have actually thrown a dice bait? I still have yet to throw a dice bait. Um, I wish I could figure out live scope. Edward, you're not alone. There's a lot of guys out there that got it and can't figure it out. And that's the kind of gist. And don't get me wrong, you put it in the right person's hands and it's deadly. But there's a whole bunch of us that have it, look at it, and wished, number one, we understood what we were seeing. Number two, that it was easy as the Randy Blockett's of the world make it out to be. And number three, that we could do like Kevin Underwood and Meal and all them guys, where we can see a fish or a ball of bait and we can tell you and identify exactly what it is. Totally, it always blew my mind when I was with Kevin Underwood. And he goes, "Well, that's catfish." And I'm like, "How do you know?" He goes, "Here, I'll show you." He flipped the thing down. He brought up catfish. Um, but I wish we could get to that point, right? Get him to do Busta Rhymes. Look at me now. Verse. Just hit the record button and laugh. I might get him to do that. Now, Traveling Fisherman says, definitely will be trying the dice out. A lot of guys, listen, a lot of guys are having success with it. But I put out that little short of I'm way behind on our shorts and everything, so I started that again today. And I put out the one with Seth Fighter and asked him about what baits he looked at and that he thought were just crap. And I actually thought he would say dice baits or things like that, but he said Japanese baits. But I understood what he said too. He was like saying, here we try to upgrade a bait and make it better. We try to take a plastic worm, make it a little bit better, or a jerk bait, make it a little bit better. But out there, they're trying to invent things that guys and the fish have never seen before because of the pressured water and everything. And so it's a different mentality in creating baits, right? Like we say, you can catch fish with the same 4 or 5 baits in the same 3 or 4 colors all over the nation. Maybe in Japan it's a lot different. I don't know. They've got only X amount of water, and ain't no telling how many anglers they got over there. Seth was a very good guest, and I look forward to having him on. I know not tomorrow night because I think Clint has a guest already for tomorrow night. And also, too, I don't know about tonight's kayaking show just yet because Alex is really busy this week, and I don't know if I want to run a kayak show or not. Might do a one-off striper show tonight. Who knows? We'll see. But I don't know about tonight. But tomorrow night we'll have a show. We won't have anything Thursday, of course, because it's Christmas. But I am going to reach out to Matt Robertson and see if I can get him on the following Tuesday. Not 100% sure yet, but I am. He did say that night that Seth was on that he would come on. I've caught more bass on Senkos, spinnerbaits, jackhammers than any other. For sure. Simplicity, right? But now, if you, of course, traveling fishermen, you're all over the place. If you went out to Japan, if your wife was able to relocate to Japan and you had 6 months out there, I wonder if you just took Senko, spinnerbaits, and jackhammers, what kind of success you would have. And you might have a lot. But I don't know. It would be very curious to see how you would do in Japan with that selection. Let's see. Doug hasn't thrown it. Dead Rabbit, I like this. I just joined the gym because I quit smoking. I'm putting on 4.8 pounds average a week so far. Today is day 45, no cigs or caffeine. So, number one, congratulations on that. Now, I tell everybody if you took, and I don't know why TikTok did that, it ended the live again, something about with Restream. So, hopefully, them guys will pop over here. But let me do this for the TikTok guys. We're just going to go live. I won't do it that way anymore. I don't know why Restream on as far as that kicks it off, but we're just going to do a live again. There we go. We'll go live this way. So if you're on TikTok, sorry it kicked you off. Now we're back this way. If you took my blood, it would say caffeine, nicotine, and gravy, right? Now over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I have to admit, I'm glad Clint's not on here, that I have partook in a lot of sugary treats. And so I've probably gained 4.5, 4.8 pounds. I don't eat a lot of sweets. But when my wife goes to these cookie parties or we have a family get together and they're left laying there, what am I supposed to do? Right? What am I, especially for some reason this year, I've got an affection for gingerbread that I've never had before, especially if it's got some icing on it. Sugar cookies with icing on it. And we ain't talking about them Walmart crap sugar cookies that are filled with air and all that. We're talking about like genuine sugar cookies. Good stuff. Brownies. Last night I'm watching the ball game. I'm sitting there. I get up. I'm kind of hungry. I see brownies over there on the kitchen table. I know I'm not supposed to eat them. I know they're not good for me, but I couldn't help it. I had to partake of the brownies. Oh man. But hey, keep going, buddy. Congratulations on that. One of these days, listen, I don't know. I got a couple of things in life that I got to have. One of which is uh Cokes, caffeine. I got to have that coffee. I definitely still partake of the smokeless tobacco, but smoking I never got into. So hey, I hope you stay with it, and let us know how the actual gym works. Okay. Jared, let's see. Jeremiah says, I haven't used the dice yet because I just can't get over how goofy it is, and I don't want to pay like $30 for 3 dumb plastic baits. Would you pay for it if you knew guaranteed you were going to catch a ton of fish? Right? Would that change your mind a little bit? Now, Farmer, here we go. Guys, we got it on record right here. I am going to hit the gym hard in 2026 and get back down to fighting weight of 250, 260. I hope you do. But I'm writing this down. Things to look forward to. The day Farmer quits the gym. I want to see how long you go. I hope you go all year. I'm going to rag your ass if you don't, though, because you said it right here. You're going to hit it hard. No, really, I do. I hope you're successful with that. You know I'm playing with you. Tracy Coker says you'll learn every day that you use LiveScope. Just put the time in and commit to using it, and you'll understand it better. That's what I've been doing, and it's working out pretty good. I like that, Tracy. Except look, dude, been married 30-something years. Put the time in, commit to it. I ain't figured that out. None of you guys have figured that out, have you? If you say you have, I don't believe you. But no, you're probably right, 100%. Doug is hitting the water the day after Christmas, and there's 100% chance he ain't throwing a dice. Jeff Brazil says, I'm not too sure about them dice bait yet. So I have a couple packs I got at the Classic this year, but haven't tried them yet. Now, Jeff, my gosh, dude, you got them at the Classic? Son, they ain't doing nothing but collecting dust. Dino, who's fishing Christmas Day with the crazy warm weather coming in? I'd like to. I might get up and go hunting Christmas morning because all my kids they're a little older and they won't be coming over till lunchtime or later. So I have a few hours. I should go over to Latham, but I think it will be closed Christmas morning. Farmer says live scope to me seems to be more of a distraction the way I like to fish. I'll have to slow down to be able to get better at it. Traveling fisherman, what happens sometimes TikTok when I do it on Restream, it just kicks off for some reason. I got to figure it out. Probably in the settings, and I probably got something set wrong. Jeff says, I went back live on it, just not through Restream. Them sweet treats will suck you right in like a tractor beam. I'm telling you, man. This year's normally I can say no. Normally I say no to the sweets. This year, it's like crack, man. I mean, I'm just like, I got to have it. Gingerbread cookies with icing and a cold glass of milk. Yeah, I haven't done the milk with the gingerbread, but I'm sure. Coleman, in the spirit of Christmas, I've been ripping peppermint zins only to get me through the funeral and the wedding. Oh, now I'm done. Jeremy Conkrat said, I'm a Dew drinking and smoke 2 packs a day. I know it's horrible, just can't break the habit. Like Mountain Dew, like when I did construction, we did a Coke and a dope every morning. And a lot of you guys know what that is. A Coke and a dope is a Mountain Dew or Coke, but we did Mountain Dew and 2 Goody powders or 2 BC powders. That was breakfast, dude. That was breakfast. So totally get it. Coleman said, I've been in the gym 5 years. It started as a New Year's resolution. Well, good for you, dude. There's always one guy that can do it. Justin Says all this talk of the gym and losing weight. Meanwhile, I'm over here stuffing my face with barbecue. 100%. 100%. It wouldn't change my mind because I'm still catching them anyway on everything else. But they're on clearance right now, and I know some super pressured spots. So maybe I'll play with them just because. Jeremiah's talking about those dice baits. Dead rabbit. I can't keep food out of my mouth or hard candy since quitting smoking, and I've never drank so much water. Now, see, I can't, for some reason, when I go to drink a lot of water, man, I got to pee every 5 seconds. And my wife goes, well, your body will get used to it. No, it never does. But I get it. Now, you guys out there, but I hope you do well. I really hope you do well, Dead Rabbit. Some of us, at least one of the people that I know or who follow us needs to succeed in life when it comes to things like that because I have been such a letdown when it comes to that. Now, I can do a carnivore diet. No lie. I can do a carnivore diet and I can drop 20 pounds in 3 weeks. And then, like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, my wife goes to a party. She brings home a whole loaf of sourdough bread with cranberries and walnuts in it. You give me a stick of butter and some sourdough bread, it's over. For you guys that throw dice, who makes the best dice baits? Now, everybody who makes a worm makes those now. I don't really know, Jeremiah, about who makes. I know that Spro um, brings some in. You know, Spro baits are always really good. Um, and he would feel better about the dice bait if you got more than just 3 or 4 in the pack for what they charge for them, I guess. But I think they're pretty stout. I think those dice baits are really, really stout. And so, if you guys listen, if you guys are fishing this week, I heard Dino on TikTok said something about fishing Christmas morning. Are there any tournaments going on? I guess the Friday or the Saturday after Christmas that you guys are going to fish. I imagine somebody. What's up, Patricia? MLF 3 weeks, Gunnersville. Oh, Ken. Now this is true, guys. Now listen, Ken does this. Make them at home and save money. Now, when they first came out, and they were not the big round ones, but they were the square ones, some of the guys in Bike Club played with them a little bit. And you can melt down some of your soft plastics into a certain size ice tray, cool them, and then take jig material, skirt material, and run through them with a needle if you want to. Not exactly the same thing as what you see, but still not bad at all. Now, I don't know if Tim or any of the guys ever even caught a fish on any of them. In fact, I don't know too many guys who fish the dice baits, but I know that there are guys that do it. Dead Rabbit says, I'm going to the gym every other day so I don't hurt nothing too bad. Next month, probably go 2 times every other day. Gym is only 3 blocks away. I feel great. Haven't felt this good since high school in the 90s. Dude, hey, listen, proud, happy for you. I have got all kinds of back pain and I'm sore in my shoulders because my son has a full-size Dodge Ram truck and he's got these wide-ass tires on. I mean, these crazy wide. I mean, when I say wide, like they stick out of the truck and then they're heavy. These rims are crazy heavy. And so yesterday he needed help changing his brakes. So yesterday afternoon, we went out there and did it. But my goodness, some things were heavy. So I probably need to start working. I need to probably start working out with you as well. There's a Friday tournament on Kiwi, but I'm not fishing it. Well, there you go. Jeremy Conkright, here we go. Some Kentucky stuff. My local lake is high 30s water temp and chocolate milk muddy right now. Really? Now we haven't got a lot of rain here in Georgia, so none of our water's blowed out. Nothing is that cold too. High 30s already. There must be an extreme dividing line between Kentucky. I guess it would be called Tennessee, is between Georgia, of course, and Kentucky. Most of the guys that I've talked to about the water temp around here are saying low 50s, low 50s. And if we heat up this week and a heat up, of course, it's 70s, it's going to bump it up 1 or 2 because the nights ain't really cold either. But I did see something that said the following week we're going to get cold again. So, Jeremy, high 30 water temp, chocolate milk muddy. What you throwing up there, buddy? What you throwing in that kind of situation? All right, traveling fisherman, got to run. Finish packing for the new adventure. Hitting the road day after Christmas. Where you headed to? If you don't mind me asking. Life hack: Here we go, guys. You can go to the gym and eat pretty much whatever you want, and you won't gain a whole lot of weight as long as you're eating protein. That is, stay tuned. All right, Traveling Fisherman's going to say, stay tuned. I'll be watching. That is the uh, Clint Bartlett diet. He wanted me to eat 80 grams of protein per meal or something like that. And that's hard. That's very, very hard. Dead Rabbit says Molds has produced a two cavity mold to make your own dice. And with this mold, you don't thread living rubber. There you go. He said, look it up. It's $350. Ultra Molds right there. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull the chat into the stream so you guys can see it there. It'll make it easier for me to read. But it won't let me daggone move it up and down. So we ain't going to do that no more. Hell with that feature. Farmer said, I just ordered some of the new Cast Novas. I'm excited about this bait. Going to be a stellar chatterbait trailer, and it will go in the rotation of jig trailers. Also, too, a lot of guys, I'm seeing I think Ryan Hanks might be joining us tomorrow night. I'm sure if he is, we'll talk about it. But also, a lot of guys are putting that on a drop shot. They're putting it on, you know, some of the ball head jigs. There's a lot of ways to do that. Now, Lucas Beck says, my local lake is clear, low 40. Where's that at, Lucas, again? Low 40s. My Lord. Jeremy Conkrat said, the best way to fish water in the 30s, that is milk chocolate, is keeping your butt on the couch, for sure. Jeremiah says, we're talking fishing and eating right here. A lot of calories people get in their food leading to weight gain is actually in the sauces and the dips. That is true. I know ketchup and all that. Like if I'm doing a carnivore diet, pretty much hot sauce and mustard is about your choices when it comes to that. But you are right, Jeremiah. There are a lot of hidden calories in a lot of things. And I know this is not a dietary show, but for sure. Absolutely. All right, local Clear Lake low 40, Lucas Beck says, what are you guys throwing in low 40 water temps? Because I'm thinking jerk bait. He's in Western Kentucky. That's right. So in one part of Kentucky, you got clear, low 40. The other one's milk chocolate in the 30s. And then Patricia reminds us, and this is true, Bassmaster, 6 weeks to Gunnersville. It's coming. It's going to be here. Going to be very interesting to watch Bassmaster this year and see the differences in the lakes that have the forward-facing sonar and the lakes that don't, to see if you have consistent guys that finish high in both, or if it is able to kind of split the field up to these guys do great in the forward-facing ones, these guys do great without it. I think, of course, you got guys that are going to be able to do it equally great across the board. And I think it will be a lot of the ones that people think can only scope or only do this. We've had those guests on. We've talked about all of them. These young guns, they can do both. It's going to be really interesting to see. We will be paying a lot more attention to the Bassmaster Elites this year because of that, for sure. Let's see. Jeremy Conkrat, back to Kentucky. We've had a couple of weeks of weather. The temps never got out of the 20s and single digits at night. That would do it. 100%. That would do it. I can see that. Jeremiah says, blade bait, under 50-degree water temps. Just pull it a little and let it sit. Yeah, and then, of course, Doug, you're right. I should have known that. It gets cold in Western Kentucky this time of year. The last day I was up there hunting with you, bro, it got cold. That wind was wicked. Milk chocolate, 30-degree water temps. I'm going hunting. I'm right there with you, Jeff Brazil. No doubt about it. Now, so Coleman's getting a prediction out right here. Gonna be funny when Tucker wins Gunnersville. When Tucker wins Gunnersville. Who do you guys think? Throw it out there right now. Who do you think is going to win Gunnersville? I think Tucker's got a great shot at it. Very good at it. But there's a lot of guys over there, especially, are you going to go, even a rookie, are you going to go against Fisher on Gunnersville? You never know, right? He spends as much time on that water as anybody. Could be one of the seasoned guys. You never know. G-Man might pull, some of them guys might do something. I don't know, but I think it's going to be a younger guy. Lucas says, I'm 1 hour from Kentucky Lake. Now, Doug, isn't Kentucky Lake right there by Caddis? Ain't that in that little town right next to Caddis when we went to the food giant that wasn't so giant? I believe it was. Shyrock Jet says, yeah. I mean, I don't know who's going to win it, but it ought to be fun to watch. Let's see. Farmer says, going to be some big bags waiting on Gunnersville during the Bassmaster when they're out there. You think? They should be some monster bags. Should be some unless now you never know. You never know what the weather's going to do that time of year, but they should be. Should Bassmaster go to 50 anglers like the BBT 100? I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. I don't think so. Um, and I don't have a good reason why. I don't have a good reason why. I just like throw 100 in there, cut it down. I don't know that I'd change it because you never know, right? You just never know. Conkrite says I can be at 5 different lakes in that hour and 30-minute range that are in good shape, but the lake 15 minutes from me is a muddy one. Ain't that the way it works? Yeah, you forgot about Fisher. Don't knock out Fisher over there. Barkley and Kentucky Lake. So Doug hunts up in Caddis. That's where he took me to hunt. And yeah, I knew there was one big lake up there. We had talked about it. Barkley in Kentucky. Love that place. Hint, hint, Doug. Hint, hint, hint. Fisher Knight is in the mix on Gunnersville. Watch out for him. 100%. And that's the thing. That's the thing is I think young guys don't dismiss them in this one, and don't dismiss them in any of them. But we say that you never know. McKinney might come in there and drop 35 pounds 4 days or whatever in a row. You just don't know with those guys, right? They're all that good. They're a lot better than me. Let's just put it that way. Caddies, yeah, that's it right there. Now, Farmer says, getting to that time of year that Gunnersville shows out, a lot of fish will be caught on the red trap and a jerk bait. And so, listen, I think I'm going to. I may fish a different trail this year in the electric only world. Maybe. There's a lake I suck at that's on their schedule. And I was thinking, you know what? I never throw traps. I might just go out there and pre-fish and commit to a trap on that lake. I just absolutely might. Let's see right here. Nathan says, I would like to see these forward facing sonar hammers try and fish the bank. That would be interesting. I think they'd be just as good, Nathan. I think they'd figure it out, man. I mean, just listen. There is an it factor, right? That people that are superior than the average people have. It might be, Michael. It might be. It might be. Tim Wyatt asked me to consider possibly going over there. So I don't know. I do like the schedule. I do really like the schedule. Except I hate Cedar Creek. My God, that lake I hate. What, you don't throw traps? I'm not a big trap guy. I need to get to be one. Dead Rabbit. I'm eating 1 cup uncooked white or brown rice with 2 cups of pork or chicken 3 times a day. Rice gets cooked, of course. I do throw half a can of cream of chicken soup in the rice for taste. Is that all it takes, Dead Rabbit? Rice, pork, and chicken. Now, can I go up to the Chinese restaurant and get some pork fried rice and do the same thing? Could I do it? You didn't specify. I mean, you're throwing a half can of cream of chicken soup in there for the rice, so maybe. But yeah, no, I get it. That's doesn't sound bad. Michael Temple, seriously considering it. I'll make my decision in the next day or two, but seriously considering it. Jeremiah said, might need to run up there one day. I'd love a good day of smallie fishing. I'd love to. And of course, Doug, missed my last trip. I had the flu. We will do it again, Danny. So, all right, guys, I got it on record right there. I got it on record. I got receipts. Doug Rice is going to let me go back to Kentucky hunting with him. He said it. That place was beautiful, guys. Cut soybean property. It was a soybean farm. That's what they planted this year, but it was cut. It was clean. Plenty of deer, but it was a little warm while we were there. But my God, it's just like, you have those places that look like Realtree would go film there. That's that place. What part of Kentucky? Caddis. Michael. That's what we're talking about. Caddis. Or Cadiz, Cadiz, Cadi, whatever, Caddis. So got a buddy that's going to be up there working at one of the plants up there doing a cleanup. He does environmental work, and he's going to be. There's a little town right, Paducah. Ain't Paducah near that? He's staying in Paducah, but working near Caddis or something. Uh, no hate whatsoever. I get you. Look, I've always just figured people with boats or forward facing sonar have more at their fingertips. Well, here's this. Think about this. Now, unless you own Lake Lanier, Nathan, and let's be honest, and even before forward facing sonar, if you were in a boat, you threw at the bank, right? And if you're on the bank, you throw as far out as you can. There's a sweet spot in the middle somewhere, right? There's that sweet spot somewhere. But I know, definitely no hate. I think we're going to see guys using 2D and down imaging like they do with forward facing sonar, just floating around out in our middle. I think so. I think so. I think your 2D and your side scan is really going to come back into play. Down imaging, of course, for sure. Michael said we hunted Hopkinsville for years. I don't know where Hopkinsville is. I assume it's close to Caddis. But that's the only thing I've ever done in Kentucky was go hunt up there with them. Loved it though. Um, let's see what Patricia said. Never understood why you buy $100,000 boat to fish the banks. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. If you're in a boat, unless you're fishing the timber on Lanier, you're going down the bank, are you not? Now, I will say the boat allows you to fish more of the bank. We could do that, but I get what you're saying. But that is honestly the truth. You get in a boat, you cast to the bank. You're on the bank, you're throwing that thing as far out as you can. Now, oh gosh, here we go. Jeremiah, I'm the best trap fisherman alive. I'll show you some tricks. That was the first hard bait I ever caught a fish on when I was basically a baby, and it's been in my top 5 ever since. Hey, I get it. I get it, man. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with having confidence, right? Nothing wrong. Now, I'm not going to tell you I'm the best weightless wacky worm fisherman ever lived, but I'm pretty good at it. So I guess you got to have your confidence, babe. But no, when it comes to a trap, I'm going to give you guys a little thing. I had tried to fish them a long time ago, never did any good because where I fished was way too many stumps and crap. And I didn't know how to do it right back then, so I just never threw them. Everybody said on our tournament, our EBO tournament last year, Alatuna, you need to be throwing a trap. So I took one in my tackle box. The ugliest ass orange, reddish orange rattle trap. I think it was, I don't even know what brand it was. It might have been a Spro. And I can't pronounce the name of the whatever it was. And dang, if I didn't just chunk it up in about 2 feet of water and run it parallel to a bank, and I caught a fish on it. And I'm like, there might be something to this. Might be something to this. We do need redemption. But again, Doug, I told you, just because we didn't kill any deer don't mean nothing because it was about the trip and the friends and the people I was with to me. Now next year, it's about killing deer. You take me again, it's killing deer. But I enjoyed my time with you guys, and that was great. 03 shot. I'd like to be with him some more. I think the bank is the sweet spot. Hopkinsville is right next door. Patricia, some of us aren't elitist. I guess you're talking about the amount of boats or the expensive boats. Where is the happy medium with distance from the bank? Most of these lakes have a grass line. I don't know, Mike. You know me. You've seen me fish. You know I ain't going to be able to answer that question. I just know it's got to exist. It's got to be there somewhere. All right, here we go. I'm getting invited to another place. Danny, you need to come fish Cumberland. Come in the spring, fish for smallies in the evening, then topwater striper fish after dark. Jeremy, let's set it up. Don't tempt me with a good time. Let's set it up. Might bring some of my buddies from down here up there. We might, and we'll let you just show us what to do. I would love to. I don't get to fish for smallmouth near enough. And then I really have never even tried topwater striper fishing after dark. But it sounds like a damn good time to me. Now, Nathan Owens says, I'm the tailspin king. Hey, again, have confidence in what you do. Nothing wrong with you guys being the king of anything, right? I tell everybody, what do I tell everybody? I'm the king of the 2-pound spotted bass on Lake Lanier. You want to go catch 2-pound spotted bass? I'm your guy. You want to go win a tournament? I'm not your guy. And Ken, you're right too. Okay, well, here we go. Let me get the farmer first. I resent that comment, Danny. I fished a bank religiously, but my boat isn't $100,000 either. I know you fished a bank. You don't resent that comment. You resemble that comment other than $100,000. But you do. Ain't it funny though? Think about that. Now again, it's all about angles, right? It's all about the angles. Jeremiah said nobody else used them past the spring, but when they bury me under my suit in that shirt pocket, better be my favorite trap. Okay, Jeremiah, if I'm still alive and I go to your funeral, I'll check. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna get in touch with you if they don't, but I'll try. But yeah, Ken, this is the right here. This is the key to why a lot of guys buy boats and don't fish from the bank. It ain't about the money. It's about most of us are too damn lazy to walk the bank. And that's true. It's very true. Got to find that drop off, man. That Michael Temples. That's what Nathan said. True. Fish love that transition, and they certainly do. Here we go. Patricia said a storm rattling thin fin is better than a rattle trap, and it floats. I did try to use some floating rattle traps at one point over on Latham back before the herring got in there. I bet they'd mess it up now. I bet they would absolutely wax it. Now, if you guys remember when we had Drew Cook on, he was talking about fishing Lake Lanier, and he was talking about throwing a trap style bait over the brush piles because a lot of guys ain't doing it. Something different. I specifically remember him talking about doing that. And so that might be something. When we get into the ditch bites, I hear a lot of guys. I don't hear a lot of guys. I hear a few guys talking about taking a trap right down the middle of a ditch and yo-yoing it. I don't know if I got the confidence in that. What's up, Messick? How you doing up there in South Carolina? Hope everything's going good. We got to start using that saying that I see on TikTok, like I know ball. So like instead of saying I'm the king, Jeremiah, you got to say, hey, listen, I throw rattle traps and I know ball. I think that's what the cool kids say anyway. Clayton, what's up, buddy? Half my day I tried the shad wrap, no luck. Half fish, shaky head, caught a bag. Second half, me too. If nothing else, I feel like I can go to a shaky head, a Nico, or a wacky, and I could at least get a limit, right? Might not be the winning limit, but I feel like I can at least put 5 fish to the boat. And that's the big thing with the tournament. You got to get 5, right? That first fish is always the hardest to catch. The 5th fish is the second hardest one to catch, and then you got to call from there on out. But don't you have a different level of confidence once you put 5 in? Once you put 5 in, let's say Zach Bettinger. Is it Bettinger? I hope I said that right, buddy. Y'all got unpressured banks and don't fish them? Well, listen, on a lot of our lakes, take Lanier, for example. It's 38,000 acres. There is a lot of bank access, but it's not exactly in the prime spots. And there's some good spots, but it's not really in the prime spots. Really hard to fish from the bank on Lanier and some of the better spots, especially the timber out there in the middle of the lake. Is that a duck camp hat in the back? Yeah, I got that at I think I got that at iCast 2 years ago. Not this past one, because I worked it for digital. I was in the booth pretty much all the time. I got it at iCast a year before. Problem is, I like it's got a little dust on it. I like the hat, but I got a big ass head, and these flat brimmed kind of hats, they just don't sit right. Look at that. I mean, and I'm not really a trout guy. I'm not a flat brimmer, and I still think my mama laid me on one side of my head more than the other because I can't never get a hat to stay right. I love the logo. I love the color. I just don't like that style hat. I'm an old trucker guy. But yeah, it is a duck camp. Let's see. Nathan says, I only fish on the bank. It surprises me how many pros I see in their boats 50 feet away from me in the bank. Y'all fishing for the same fish. Real lady baby, it looks fine on you. Bend the bill a little. Well, but then, first of all, appreciate that. But then if I bend the bill a little, let's see what it does. Is that better? But I thought these kind of hats to be cool, you had to wear flat, right? It's got the rope thing. I'll wear it. Okay, we'll do duck camp the rest of the day. Do you have a show on ditch fishing? I got humbled on Hartwell trying to learn it. You want to do one tonight? Because I don't think we're going to have a kayak show. It looks better with the bend. Thank you very much. I might can get a couple guys. You want to just do a total ditch fishing episode tonight? Can you join us if we do it tonight? We'll do it at 8. We'll do a regular live well, and we'll dedicate it to ditch fishing. You let me know if that's what you guys want to do. I'm free because, Alex was doing the kayak shows. Steam the bill, it will form better. Damn, Nathan, I don't want to. Who's steam the bill? How do you steam the bill? How do you steam the bill? Tell me. Throwing a trap on Lanier and Allatoona at night is fire, even as a bank fisherman. Don't worry about getting in contact with me. If the trap isn't under my suit at the funeral, Danny, if it's not, I just ain't dying. Okay, I got you. I got you. Farmer, what are you doing tonight? A lot of the bank are not open to the public due to private property for sure. That's where the boat comes in. Either that be pontoon, bass boat, john boat, kayak, for sure. I heard that Rick Clun is fishing the MPFL. That's what I heard. Bass and Bougie, what you doing? You want? I wish I had the other thing. I had the show on TikTok and it cut it off, and I threw this up there. But thanks for joining me, Hatology. Hey, listen, do you think Bougie would do me a rap song? I mean, I really like the rap song she did for you. You think I could get her to do one? Or maybe she and I do a duet? I don't know how that would go. I told my wife this morning. We were driving. Listen, yes, she will. This is no lie, Bass and Bougie. This is no lie. We're going to the AT&T store this morning, and my wife said, she said, this woman on TikTok's bougie. And I said, is she rapping? And she looked at me. I was like, no. I said, you remember the fella we met down at ICAST down there? I said, his wife did a little rap video for him. And I love watching what she does. And but we were talking about you guys this morning on the way to the AT&T store. But listen, I'll write the lyrics. She'll bring the music. We'll do a collab. Okay? The Bass and Bougie Livewell collab. You can just sit back in the background and look good. She and I will do all the talented stuff. You just look good. But I tell you what, like I enjoy watching that woman. She is by far, she by far the talent in that duo. By far. But yeah, we were talking about you guys. I love what you guys do. I think it would be fun because she would be able to rap and she could keep a beat and she would sound good. And old monotone Danny would come in there. But I could do it. I'll do it. Definitely do a ditch episode. Oh, a handheld steamer too. Well, listen, let me get some guys. Check out those Bass Pro Garmin bundles versus other companies' Garmin bundles. Are they the same, Ken, or is it better? Because I just saw it this morning. I thought everybody might want to know. Please, because I didn't even know where to start besides in the middle of the ditch. The 4-pound spot I caught was on a shoal. I'd love a dedicated ditch episode. Lake Hartwell has tons of bank access. I never want to move. Some parks you have to pay, but they have the most. Coleman says, I second the ditch episode. Doug says, okay, so look. All right, tonight, 8 o'clock, we'll do it. I'll try it on TikTok if it don't cut me off. Got to figure that out. But definitely on YouTube, we'll just talk ditch fishing. Ditch fishing 101. And Ken Pruitt's going to be one of the guests because he's in here, and I know he'll do it, right, Ken? I'll see if I can get a couple guys. We'll do that. Tonight at 8, we'll just do it. I'll put it on there. I'll create the show right after. And it'd just be like a Christmas special, one-off on a Monday night. So we'll do ditch fishing tonight. Tomorrow night we'll have Hanks and them on. We'll probably talk some ditch fishing and more too. But, it'd be like Christmas special because we did the Christmas special with Kevin and them the other night. And so my Tuesday night crew, I got to do one with them. But we'll do it tonight. We'll just go ahead and mark it. Tony's on. I see Tony there on TikTok. Tony, what are you doing tonight at 8? Guys want us to do a ditch fishing episode tonight on YouTube. You in or you got plans? And if you got plans, no big deal. I get it. Very short notice. Striper, whatever you need. All right, Tony's going to be on tonight too. So, Tony, you and I are going to find a couple of guests, and we're going to do a pure ditch fishing episode of the Livewell tonight because that's what the guys want. And so we'll find a couple of guys to talk about it. Striper killing it on Hartwell with the A-rig. Just chase the birds. Birds are the best fish finder out there, nature's fish finder, especially old Fred that sits there along the bank. I have some curved billed hats that don't fit properly, like you said, so I steam them and form it. If you don't steam it, it will go right back. Good to know. Gotcha. Alex just sent a message saying Deshaun is on them with a spoon. We might see if Deshaun wants to. That way we get a kayaker in there. Maybe we find one kayaker and one boater, and we'll talk ditch fishing tonight. So it'd be a good time. Man, I can't reach the birds. I see it, and I hate that for sure. Ken says Bass Pro Shop can do some tweaks to offer a bundle specific to them. Ask your Sonar Pro expert. There you go. Hit Ken up. I mean, not Ken. Ken did the daggone thing. Hit Trent up. That would be pretty interesting to do. So, all right. How about that? We've got an hour. So appreciate you joining us. I'm going to do a lunch break today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Nothing on Christmas and nothing on Friday because everybody's going to have a long weekend. So tonight, 8 o'clock, join us on the Livewell, Ditch Fishing 101. And then tomorrow night, I think it's Ryan Hanks and maybe another guest. And we'll do that. And then we're going to take a few days off. Don't sleep on the spoon bite. Well, that might just be, I'll reach out to Deshaun and see if he wants to talk about it. So anyway, guys, hey, listen, I'm going to do some editing and some stuff. Go ahead and plan on joining us tonight. If you want to watch the Monday Night Football game, turn it on, but listen to us. Okay? I mean, the announcers on this are a lot better than the ones on football. Football guys might look a little bit better than us. I don't know. Either way, I'll see if I can get my hat steamed and bent before then. Thank you, Danny. I'll tune in tonight, learn about the ditches. I think I said that right. Ditches. So anyway, you guys be good. I'll go ahead and find some guests. We'll set the show up for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't work too hard. Okay? Don't work too hard. Don't get too hot if you're outside because it is warming up. But we'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. And you guys bring all your questions about ditches. The farmer said one of the easiest ways to ditch fish is to look for birds in the ditch creek. That is a telltale sign that there is bait in the ditch. Farmer, can you be on tonight? I'm going to give it to Farmer's got to answer me before I let this go. I mean, I could text him. We're putting him on the spot. Get that steamer out. I don't even own a steamer. I mean, I can turn the shower on really hot. That is a secret, though, guys, if you travel a lot and you got these kind of shirts right here, these thin fishing shirts, and you got to go to a show or something, and you ain't got an iron, and you're in a hotel room, turn that shower on hot. Close the door and just stick that thing in there on a hanger for an hour. I mean, you ain't got to pay for the hot water. Promise you, it will help out. I'll see if Farmer or somebody else can come on. But anyway, you guys be good. We will see you tonight. And Bougie, if you're still on there, set up that rap collab with me and your better half. So you guys be good. I will try. I don't know if the internet will let me stream. We'll see. I'll talk to you guys here in a couple hours.